everyone,
This is Dhairya.
I'm Yukti. Hi, we are here to make a coffee sponge cake today, a basic coffee sponge cake today. So we are a cooking duo. There are some things that I will be doing and some things that Dhairya will be doing, and hence the cake is going to be ready for you all to see. I will start by sieving the maida, the corn flour, and the ingredients in between, and he will be doing the eggs and the mixing. So should we start?
Yep.
Yes? Okay. So we have here for you, we have 100 grams of maida or all-purpose flour. It could be, if you don't have the measuring scale, then this is 1 cup, just roughly about 1 cup, a little less than 1 cup of maida. This is 20 grams of cocoa powder. It could be 1 tablespoon as well. And then this is sugar over here, which is also roughly around 1 cup or 120 grams of sugar. So if you will see the weight, then this is 100 and this is 20 and this is 120 in altogether. This is vanilla essence, baking powder, baking soda, coffee. I have used brew over here, and we will be using 1 teaspoon of brew. So should we start? I'll start by sieving the ingredients. So I sieve my the dry ingredients 3 times. It just works better and it's well aerated. So this 100 grams of maida, 20 grams of cocoa powder that I will now use is about, so this is 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda, 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder. Now the trick is that the baking powder and the baking soda have to be leveled. I have filled it up in the teaspoon and now I need to level it with my finger lightly. Yeah. And that's it. Now we need to sieve it together. So that there are no knots left behind. The reason behind why we do it 3 times is that there are no knots left behind. Once, twice. You could do it on a plate or a big platter or however you are comfortable. I like to do it on a newspaper. I always find it more comfortable on a newspaper. So during the corona times when we didn't have a newspaper, it was a huge challenge for me because I have been so used to it. It always used to, so that is the time I use bigger plates, but then there are more vessels to do. So this is the 3rd time, and yes, I'm done. So now my cake is, my dry ingredients are well mixed and well aerated, as you can see here. Now it's Dhairya's turn to break the eggs. He will show you how to separate the egg yolks from the egg whites and then start off.
So what you have to do is take a fork and hold it upside down. Take your egg in one hand and slightly hit it. Break the shell and put all of it on one of your hand. You have to transfer the yolk hand to hand so that all the egg white comes out. Yolk should be put in another bowl.
As you can see, the minute the yolk was about to break, he pushed the complete egg here. The reason being, we want only the egg white here. If you have only the egg white, then it froths up better. If there is a slight trace of egg yolk in it, it will not froth as much. Obviously, there will be no difference in taste in the cake. It's just about the physical look of the whole thing. We want the egg also very well beaten up. So it's okay if it doesn't happen. There is not going to be nothing wrong in the cake, but this is just one thing that we do, and we feel that the cake is spongier like that. So while he's going to wash his hands away, let me tell you that I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of vanilla in the yolks. And just about a very little bit of salt in the yolk, in the egg white. So in the sponge cake, we're not adding any butter or anything. Just a sweet and salt, sugar taste gives a very nice thing to the whole cake flavor.
So now you have to beat the egg whites up. By putting it up, pulling the batter up, and now if this stands up, it means it's ready. It's falling now, which means you have to do some more. The batter should be like this, stiff like a mountain peak, and it should stand up like this. Now we have to add the sugar. So we add half of it first. So we don't start beating it now because otherwise the sugar will start flying all over the place. So we mix it with a hand like this first. Then we set it off. So you have to beat it till the time you stop hearing cracks of the sugar. Now I'll put the rest. So now I've added the rest of the sugar. Again you mix it with hand first. Then you switch the beater.
Yeah, so it's important to mix the sugar with the hand first, otherwise all that dry powder will fly away. So mix it a little so that it gets mixed up and gets a little wet, and then you start your beater, so it won't fly away all of you.
So now the work of our beater is done. So now we have to wipe this.
We'll now wipe it. See this batter is absolutely smooth, creamy white. So this egg white separation is very important for a lot of other things also. You know, in mousse and so many other things where egg yolk is not needed, this technique that Dhairya has shown you is going to come in handy for a lot of other things for you.
So now
We don't need the, sorry to cut you, Dhairya. We don't need the beater anymore. We will now, whatever we'll do it by the hand and in a 8 formation. Yes.
So now first I'll put the egg yolks, and we have to put some vanilla essence in it, around 1 cup of vanilla essence.
So while he's gone to wash his hands, what I need to show you that the vanilla essence we add to the yolk beforehand because it kind of helps the smell go a little more away. It's already been there with the yolks for a while now. So now Dhairya is going to help you mix it around.
So now we take this spatula and just mix it. We have to make an 8 formation like this. And once you have started making the 8, you can't go reverse, means you can't try any other formation. So now we'll put the dry powder which we had sieved before.
So I'll put half of it first.
In this also we have to first slowly mix it. Like we did with the sugar earlier, we mix it slowly, and once it's wet and it won't fly out a lot, then we start mixing it a bit faster.
This is the point where I'll add in 1 teaspoon of coffee powder as well, the rich brew coffee powder, instant coffee powder.
So now we'll add the other half of the dry powder mixture, and again we mix it slowly first, and once it's all wet, we go fast. So it's important to take all the batter that's stuck on the side like this after every 5 or 6 rounds, or whenever you feel that there's a lot of batter on the side. So now you mix it nicely, and then I'll just...
So this 8 batter, this 8 formation I had learnt when I was in UK once, and this very old British lady came to me and she said it should always be in the 8 format. The 8 format ensures that there are no lumps left inside. If you go round and round, there is a tendency that you may leave something in between or you may leave something at the side. But when you make a 8, you ensure that you're coming to the center, you're going to the sides and all in a go, and there are no lumps formed ever. So it is a good way to ensure a good mixing. Right, Dhairya?
Yep.
Are we done, Dhairya? Is there anything left to do?
So now we have to just put some flour on the mold.
Okay.
And spread it around like this.
Basically grease the pan. Is that what we are saying? So we grease the pan, we put some oil and we put the dry maida on it and sieved it, and we kind of, yes, greased our pan, and we pour our coffee batter in it. Now this is going to be a basic sponge cake. There is no oil in it, so you can't eat it just like that. When it's going to come out, you will need to do some frosting on it. So if you want, you can add a half a cup of oil in it to be able to eat it just like that, or butter, whatever suits you. But for me, I am going to make a frosted cake right now with this. Hence, I have not added any oil to it. It's just a basic coffee cake. Yes.
So we grease the mold so that when the cake is fully cooked, it doesn't stick to the mold and it comes right out.
There we go. We have taken out as much as we could. And now Dhairya is going to show you a secret trick out here. Dhairya, would you like to show them how and we can help the cake not bump up?
So what you have to do is hold it and then drop it slightly.
So you can see the bubbles forming. That's the air coming out of the batter. We need all the air coming out so that it doesn't bubble up.
And you do it 5 to 10 times. Then the batter is all leveled and
It's ready to go in the oven. Come, let's take you to the oven now. So here's my oven. So we've already preheated the oven at 180 degrees, and I had preheated this for 15 minutes while we were baking the cake. I had first put this on preheat and then gone to put the cake. I am now going to push the cake in the oven for at 180 degrees for 30 minutes.
so we'll just set an alarm for 30 minutes
And now we are going to party for half an hour. See you soon.
so now the 30 minutes are done. I'll just quickly check the cake and it's come out all clean. If there was any sticky particle, which means we need to cook it for some more time. So now I'll just carefully take this cloth and get it out. So let's place it here and
So basically, the skewer, as Dhairya told you, has come out absolutely clean once again. There has been no stickiness here. We took it all the way down. Ideally, you should do it from the center, but I need to do some frosting, so I've done it on the side. You can just probably put it little slanting to also check, because usually it's the center which does not cook fast. So done. Great. Our basic sponge cake, coffee cake is ready now. We can use it for various things. This I have made into a round mold. You could put into a square one or any other mold that you have. It's going to be a 1 kg frosted cake. This is approximately 350 grams. But when you are going to layer it up, it's going to be about approximately 1 kg of frosted cake. You could also put it a single layer under the custard. Coffee cakes are yum under the plain vanilla. So we have unmolded this coffee sponge cake as well. Now, if you want to see how we frost it as a Dalgona coffee cake, then you can watch our next video. And yes, for other things, as I mentioned, you could otherwise just simply cut it into layers and use it as a base with any other thing. You could pour chocolate sauce on it, you could pour custard on it, or just simple whipped cream, and it's a very nice cake.